Okay, where are we going now? Woo! Where was this note? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you could call me Jen. I'm a singer and a voice teacher, and today it has been, I don't know how long since I last reacted to Sohyang, but we are here. It has been a while and I apologise, but I am so excited to dive into this wonderful singer's voice. I can't wait. Today I will be reacting to and analysing Sohyang singing Lean On Me. As always though, this will be a reaction and an analysis video, so we will be stopping and talking about the vocals. If you'd rather watch the full thing uninterrupted, then I have left a link to the original video in the description below. If you do enjoy my videos and learn a thing or two along the way, then please do consider checking me out over on Patreon. You can find other links in the description below, so just go over there and check them out. Right, hit that subscribe button and the bell button and let's get to Lean On Me by Sohyang.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
Right, I know I'm gonna already have to say that I will be pausing in such terrible places. So that's something that we have to just watch out for. But oh my goodness, I just want to talk straight away about her clarity, her control, her focus on these notes. She is starting on a beautiful thin fold area, head voice, dominant. It's really just lovely and soft, and I love how she's complementing this with such a still frame. Not too open with the mouth as well. It's just so pure and angelic. So she's giving us that. She's also giving a straight tone with a slight vibrato towards the end as well. Really, it's a beautiful smooth onset as well. I think right at the very beginning we get a lovely we get an N right at the beginning. This is a lovely way to create a smooth onset because we don't have a harsh vowel or lots of breath. It's a kind of a lovely starting point that we can have. And then obviously opens up. And even when she starts to trail down and adds a little riff in there, she's keeping everything so small. It's such a great way to bring the audience and the listener in. Like, we have entered her world. Like, we are now part of whatever she is visualizing, and it's just so, it's beautiful already.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
And even there, so even though we're very, very thin, still remaining in this a head dominant place, we are now mixing a little bit because we are getting a bit more of that, like a thicker quality every so often. It's just, she really works this with where she is in her range at the moment. Like when we are a little bit lower in pitch, she is just thickening up those vocal folds. Not too much that we are in a thick chest voice, but just thickening it ever so softly. But she goes through these transitions so smoothly. Her mix, like the consistency of her voice is so good. And every so often, especially towards the end of phrases, we get a little bit breathier. We allow those vocal folds not to touch and not to have full vocal fold closure. Okay, let's keep going.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain,
Breath.
we all have sorrow.
So soft.
If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Ooh. Right, yeah. I mean, I love that we have the ensemble voices as well. It just lifts and keeps the piece moving as well. But yeah, so far so connected. And such a great sense of her voice. And what I mean by that is that she can just play around with different colours, different blends of the mix as well as she's going throughout her vocal passages. It's just so stunning already. And so minimum. Not what she's doing, but instrument-wise.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I help you carry on. Oh,
Yes.
it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on, please.
Oh, so good. So yeah, we have a different approach here to when we to the beginning. We're a lot more stronger. So here we are a lot more thicker. Again, not heavy. She's not pushing and like, you know, just because we're in a louder dynamic or a thicker fold connection doesn't mean we have to be heavy. We still want the vocal folds to be like free and do their thing, like obviously vibrate and connect as we're getting full vocal fold closure. It's so smooth, so clear. Something I want to point out is the completion of the words. We are getting like, it's so, the enunciation is so great. We are completing each word. We're not letting them just like float, unlike at the beginning maybe when we let it get a little bit breathy. Here sometimes we can still do that, like we're still hearing some breathy qualities, and we'll talk about that, but we're hearing like friend like the completed words, which is so lovely.
Lean on me when you're not strong.
When you're not strong, we're getting a bit more of an ah vowel in there. Let's also have a little look at the vowel choices Sohyang's going to do here, because every time we get this ah vowel, we are just wanting it to be a little bit brighter, ah, rather than strong, and it becomes a little bit dark, strong, a little bit brighter and a little bit more chest dominant.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend.
Oh, dynamics.
I help you carry on. Oh,
I love the face. We're like, oh yes. And yeah, like we get a lovely drop of the jaw, ah vowel, beautiful in the mix, and we allow that vibrato to come through. Sohyang is a master at all of this, and we could like talk about the vocals in such great detail, and there's so many things to point out, but we're going to keep this moving. We're going to keep rewinding just so we can all hear it, and then keep it moving, hopefully. But I just love what we're hearing already, and we're only a minute in.
carry on. Oh, it won't be long.
Oh yeah.
Till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Right, before we get this lovely head voice note on this please, which is beautiful, I love that she changes the rhythm here in the onsets, or the we get a little bit more of a glottal onset, and it's a bit more broken. So far everything's been really fluid, the lines, really smooth. The actual clarity of the words and the notes hasn't changed, but what she is changing is the flow of the words. So we're getting a bit more of a broken phrase, a bit more of a glottal onset.
Won't be long till I'm gonna.
Tell I'm gonna, like that part, like she's kind of breaking everything up.
It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on, please.
I love that break. Like when she comes back, there's a little break as well. And these notes are so important. Like listen to how smooth, how fluid, how clear her voice is up here. Developed head voice. This is what's going to be so helpful when she's mixed belting these top notes in a second. Oh.
Till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on, please. Please swallow your pride. Give my things you need to borrow. No one can feel those of your needs that you want.
Again, notice these vowels. Shall, shall. We're kind of like opening up a little bit more. On that first initial please as well. I can't remember what note we started on, but it was a bit more of an ear vowel. So everything just to drop. Shall. Again, just dropping that jaw, keeping it open. So we're getting a more of a chest dominant connection. If we were keeping closed, we might feel like we're a little bit restricted to what kind of quality we could go for. And I love that things are like a little bit broken here as well. Here. Cry in there. Oh wait, sorry, there was a lovely cry. Please. There's a lovely cry there.
Please swallow your pride.
Pride. There's such a lovely glottal onset in the middle of pride that she kind of grabs onto and anchors. Pride. And we hear that vibrato come through. Okay, let's go.
Lean on, please. Please swallow your pride. Get my
That is so light.
things you need to borrow. No one can feel those of your needs.
Like, listen to how connected her voice is with this beautiful chest dominant mix. Da, ba, 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 nee. Then on needs, we're getting so. It's like we pull everything back. We're still connected. Oh, a little bit breathy there as well, but we're not completely vanished. But the suddenness to drop that connection, drop that dynamic, and just become quiet is so smooth. The strength of her vocal folds to be able to do this, the focus, the control, the agility, it's so good.
No one can feel those of your needs that you won't lash out. Sometimes in our
Woo!
lives,
Yes.
we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
Before we get into this part, I love the change in the that lift in there as well. When she goes on that ascending, I think it's on sorrow, there's a lovely pinch right at the very top. And I just want to talk about how she is maintaining that as a full sound. We could have got a little bit more breathier, or we could have got a little bit thinner, or just a bit more of a balanced mix, but she is aiming that to be a bit more chest dominant. There is heaps of resistance within her vocal folds. There is twang that she is using. There's a lot of this whininess, and that's how she's keeping this forward placement feel. So good. Wait for it. Ah, and she leans back as well. Ooh, okay, where are we going now? There's so many. I love that ascend. We can really hear the vowel open and get a little bit more wider each time she ascends. She gets, repeats that same word but higher. It's really, really lovely. Even just before that though. Oh yeah, it's on. We all have. Just notice. I will mention it whenever I gotta mention it. But just notice every time it's a belt or a chest dominant, still a belt, a chest dominant sound, a belt, we are dropping on any E vowels, we are dropping to an I. Way, it's not wee, otherwise that would be so head dominant. Way, just to maintain this mixed quality and this consistent flow that she needs. Oh, the airflow is so good as well. But yeah, again, open vowels. Let's look at these call on me's though. There we go. Tomorrow. There we go. Call. Bit more wider. You actually see there, she goes, call, like halfway through. Da. She kind of goes from an and that's again just helping us. If we were to keep a little bit more narrow, maybe we'd feel like it was a little bit more under the note, but da, we get in this kind of like presence, this twang presence, this brighter call feel. It's so good. But yeah, this next note that's coming is a chest belt. What note is it? Yeah, this is a lovely E5 thick fold belt here, and you can hear it because there's just this underline of depth underneath. There's still this twang presence and this bright presence, obviously because we're up here, but she is thickening this up so well. Watch it. It's such a great call. Woo! Oh! I still can't get over that. Like up there, just how thick that was. But this part, I love how she interacts with the ensemble, with the musicians. It just feels like full festive vibes. She's getting everyone involved. Everyone's loving this. It's so great. Oh, what to be a fly in the room, to watch her like map out where she wants to go. Like, it feels so free and just so in the moment. But there are some notes where she's like, oh yeah, I want to definitely hit that, you know, when she's rehearsing this, when she's going through this with a vocal coach, or just like breaking things down on her own. Oh, I want to go you know, like this. Like, even the beginning of the like when she hits those bluesy kind of notes, like that's a choice. Like that's also like there's so many different choices that she's doing here, but it's just so lovely. It must have been amazing just mapping that out and seeing where she wants to go. Right, before we get onto this, I need to pause it. But yeah, did you see that drop on the need? Another eval that she's just dropped down just to open and send that forward. And the tongue as well. It's just like, if the tongue's in the way, we're going to feel that tension. We're going to feel that in the way and just blocking us from, you know, stopping us doing what we want it to do. Or what sound we want to come out. But it's just, I can't get over it. I love these BBs. Right, woo! Where was this note? B flat 5. It's so high, and that face that we saw after from that, I don't know who it was, but it was like, yes. Okay, so it's a like a cry, and what's really lovely as well, you can audibly hear the cries that Sohyang is including in this note. It allows us to maintain resistance within the vocal folds. It maintains connection with our core. It keeps us bright and lifted as a whilst we're on this like thin quality. If we were just to strip this back, this is an ugly kind of sound. Sohyang's not making this ugly at all. That's not what I'm saying, but it's such a thin sound, and she's still creating such a full feeling sound for the listener. And it's just, I just love how, I mean, look at that bright, like the nose is a bit scrunched as well, sending that voice forward because it just lifts everything up a little bit. The teeth are showing, the mouth is dropped. It is wonderful, and she's not reaching up. Oh my gosh, I can't. Can't lean on. I love the BBs. Right, one more time back. I want to just, again, lean on. She's keeping lean on quite similar with the vowels, so she's not having to change too much in the setting. Once she's there because she knows that she has to hold on to it. I love this arm that comes out, and I also love the way she kind of like plants herself down, swaps hand with the mic. She's ready. She is supported. Wow. And then to run down. Ooh, these rhythms. Wait, I love these ooh kind of vowels that's happening here. And here we're getting a proper like wail. It's so much emotion. And I love that because it helps us so much to maintain a full sound up there. Like when the vocal folds are thinning out and we, the vocal folds are thick. As we thin out, as we get higher, they are thinning out. It is more opportunity for the breath to come through because there's less touching. So we have to work harder to maintain the connection within our vocal folds. And this wailing and this crying, it helps so much. So I love that we're hearing so much, and when that's so evident within like the emotion of the story. And I love how this is just a party as well, though, at the same time. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I was not expecting this kind of like breakdown section, like just getting even more softer, like empty in the back, but there's still some brass going on. There's some sustained ooze from the BVs. I was not expecting that. And there's lift. Oh, this is so great. Yeah, I love how much Sohyang gets her body involved as well. There's so much like leaning forward. There's none of this like reaching. Apart from that, was it a B? Where was it? Oh, no, it was an E5 on call. When she did that call note, there was a slight open, just to allow the vocal folds to stretch out, and we get that lovely chest dominant sound. Here is still chest dominant as she as we hit this B flat, but it's way more mixed. Like it's a lot thinner because of where we are placed within the range. But it's still a chest dominant mix. Like it's insane. Anyway, here she's just having fun, and I love it. Whoa, another one. Right, F5. We're maintaining such a chest connection here. It is insane how she gets that. There is still that bright ping. We are not in a mix belt. We're in a chest dominant belt. This is a thing with the mix. So we can have so many different levels, and we can get a mixed belt that's a lot more balanced. We can get a mixed belt that's a lot more chest dominant. But for it to be a belt, there needs to be a chest connection, a thicker fold. It's that speech like call like feel. Sohyang has mastered this. Like this F5 is so chest dominant and call like, but it's so effortless at the same time. It's wonderful. No, I thought it was going to be the last note, but there's still some more. She's going soft. I love how she flopped, how she swapped or flipped, those two words, from a thick fold connection to like soft, and then grabbed hold straight away off that chest connection. This is what I mean. How fast she swaps from one quality to the next is stunning. And they cry onto that as well. I love how she has to, like, you know, no! It's the same note. Is it? So we've got a G sharp there. Lena! There's so much like whine up there. And then she has the last whack with the with the band as well. Oh, the strength of her vocal folds. Remember, the vocal folds are tiny, and she's like ripping it out. Let's just hear that last one more time. And that tongue wants to stick out almost. Oh! Wow! So good. Wow. I love how she's like clapping everyone else like, yes! Oh, it's just so good. So good. Well, I am rather happy that I went back to Sohyang because I needed that. That was great. Yeah, what a festive song, even though it's not Christmas, but it's just like, it was such like a celebration, a party, and I mean, her vocals were on just fire, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. If you want me to look at any other Sohyang performances, let me know in the comments below, but otherwise I'll see you soon with another video. Do hit that subscribe button and the bell button and the thumbs up button, and I'll see you soon. Bye!